The Indoor Monitoring and Floor Plan Special Feature webinar is going to cover how to collect radiological, chemical, and biological data indoors, whether that be on a floor plan or just providing indoor information, and then also how you can view that data both on the website and mobile application. The indoor monitoring capability allows you to record indoor readings using floor plans or building information, such as the floor number, room number, etc. And this was originally released in 2019, then updated in 2021, and most recently 2023 based on user feedback. You can associate any data type as being indoors, whether that be a field survey, observation, or chemical reading. This webinar is going to provide an overview of the feature and will focus on the additions and enhancements made to the indoor monitoring feature. And as a note, the indoor monitoring capability can be leveraged on both the website and the mobile application. To start, we always like to show which roles and permissions do you need in order to leverage a certain functionality. So if you want to collect indoor data or view indoor data, you'll just need those data collector and data viewer roles. If you wanted to add floor plans to facilities or create facilities, you will need the event manager role or the planner/event creator role, depending on if you want to create this at the event level or the organization level. What are floor plans and how can you add them to a facility? All floor plans must be associated with a facility, either at the event or organization level, and this can be done via the website or mobile application. As your event matures and potentially more refined floor plans become available, you can choose to transfer data points from one floor plan to another. If you add a floor plan to a facility at the organization level, the floor plan will then be added by default to each event where that facility is already on. This just makes it easier so you don't have to add the same floor plan multiple times. If you add a floor plan to an event-specific facility, which we sometimes refer to as an ad hoc facility, it is only added to that one facility on the event. So first things first, in order to access your facilities, you can do so at both the organization and event level. From the organization level, on your left-hand navigation column, you'll see a configuration menu, and you'll expand that and select facilities to be brought to your facilities page. And likewise, at the event level, you'll also see a similar configuration menu, and you can select facilities here. Regardless which organization or event level page you go to, the process for adding a floor plan to a facility is the same. So what you'll do is go into the details of a previously created facility. I will select this blue magnifying glass option to open the details. And here I am in the details page. I have the general information, event-specific details, any location info, if there are sampling locations, and then I have my floor plan section. If I expand this, I can see all of the floor plans that are currently associated with that facility. I can either add a new floor plan or I can edit an existing one. To create a new floor plan, you're going to select that Create Floor Plan button. If you don't see that button, that means you don't have the proper roles or permissions to create a floor plan. On this floor plan creation page, you'll enter the name of the floor plan that is easily identifiable for data collectors. You can enter a description if you need to give them more information. And then you can upload any image file or PDF as your floor plan. You'll select Save Changes and you'll get a message letting you know when your floor plan has been created. I'm going to open up the details of a floor plan that I just added. And here I'll see some information. So the height and width in pixels will automatically populate because that's just the size of your image. If you wanted to manually define the scale, you can. And if you do so, you're then going to have data for the scale coordinates, scale distance, and scale ratio fields. As a note, if you wanted to edit an existing floor plan, just note that you can only do this if there's no data already associated with the floor plan. Now, for uploading floor plans in the field, again, you must associate your floor plans with a facility. Floor plans can be added to a facility from the website and the mobile application. But what if you needed to upload a floor plan to an event that doesn't already have a facility? Previously, you would have to do so from the website, but now with these new enhancements, you can create ad hoc facilities directly from the mobile application to then add floor plans to. If you don't already have a facility on your event to select to associate your floor plan with, you'll need to create one. With these new updates that we recently released, you can now create that facility directly from the mobile application as long as you have the proper permission. To do so, you'll open up your event space and select the Facilities button, and you'll be brought to your facilities list. If you don't have any facilities on your event, this list will be blank, as you can see here. But if you need to add a facility, simply select that plus icon and fill in all of the required fields that you would have to do on the website anyways, but you can now just do directly from your mobile device. Once all those fields are entered, you'll select Save, and you can now follow the process of adding a floor plan to a facility. Now in that event space again, we can open up the configuration menu, expand the floor plan section, and we can view if there are any floor plans currently associated with the event. If there is not, or if we simply just wanted to add a new floor plan, we can select the Upload Floor Plan button. Here, we're then going to select which facility we want to associate the floor plan with. If you just created a facility, that facility will show up in this list, as well as any other organization level facilities that have been copied down or ones that have been created on the website. Once you choose the facility, you'll then enter the name of your floor plan and a description if you would like, and then it's time to upload your image. You can do so by either taking a photo directly within the app through your camera, or you can select a photo from your photo library. Once that photo has been added, you can choose to define a scale. It's not required, but if you would like to do so, you can press that Add Scale option. You'll then start by tapping the starting point on the floor plan image, which I'm indicating here with that red arrow. And then I'll need to tap once again to make my end point, so that way I have a line. This is now the distance that I'm going to use to define the scale. So I have my start point at the back of that porch and the end point closer to me. I'm then going to set my distance as 60 feet. I can enter the numerical value in the distance field, and then I'll choose my unit. Once I do that and save my floor plan, other data collectors will need to resync their event in order for that new floor plan to be available on their devices, but they will get a notification letting them know that a new floor plan has been added. And once that event has been resynced, they'll just go back to that configuration menu under floor plans and download the newly added floor plan if they wanted to associate data with it. So we talked a little bit about floor plan scales when you're adding a floor plan directly from the mobile application, but now we'll talk a little bit more about how you can define a scale and edit a scale from the website. This can be done at the time of upload from the mobile application or at any point from the website, and scales are always optional. From that floor plan details page, I'm going to expand my options menu and select Add Scale. I'll get a message letting me know how to utilize the scale creation function. This says, use this interface to define a scale for the floor plan, select or enter start and end coordinates, and then enter the real distance between those 2 points. Once the scale is defined, it will be displayed where the floor plan is shown. So first, I'm going to select the start end point, and then I will select the end point. For the start point, I'll press either the purple button or the S icon. And then I'm going to hover my cursor or my mouse where I want the start point to be and then click. Once I click on the image, the coordinates are then going to populate. So here I have my S, which is my start point, and then I can see the X, Y, and coordinates listed. To then define my endpoint, I'll select Set Endpoint and do the same. Once I click, my E icon will show to indicate the start and end point of my line. This is going to be what I'm defining the scale, and then you'll also see the distance in pixels. Below that, you'll then enter the distance and the unit, and your scale is set. Once you select Save to your scale, you'll be able to see the scale on the floor plan details page, along with those scale coordinates, the scale distance, and the scale ratio. And as a note, if you do define the scale on the organization side of your floor plan, and if that floor plan is also on your various events, you don't have to update it in the event space because it will be updated from your organization side. You can update the scale at any point if you need to. So instead of selecting Add Scale from the Options menu, you'll simply select Update Scale, and you'll follow the same process by updating the start point and or updating the end point. So our floor plans and facilities are in my event. Now it's time to actually collect data with those floor plans or just indoor in general. Readings can be indoors and be recorded as such via the website or the mobile application for all data types. So first, on the mobile application, for any rad, chem, bio data type, you have the option to associate the reading as being indoors. From any of your Create pages, if you scroll down to the location details section, you're going to see an option that says Indoor. You can then toggle it on or off to say yes or no, depending on where you are collecting your reading. If you do toggle the indoor field to be on or set to yes, you are then going to be presented with additional fields related to the indoor location, which you can see here by that orange bracket. A facility in a floor plan is not required in order to mark a reading as being indoors, but if you did have a floor plan that you wanted to use to show where this reading was taken, you'll then select the corresponding facility, which for me is this naval ship, and then I'll select the corresponding floor plan, which is going to be this blueprint. Once those are selected, I will then press this floor plan position field, and this is where I'm actually going to indicate on the image where I am taking my reading. If your floor plan has not been downloaded, meaning you didn't do this at the event configuration screen, or it's a new floor plan that you haven't used before, you'll be prompted to download it. If you have the proper data connection, cell connectivity, go ahead and select yes. It will take a few seconds. And then you'll be presented with the floor plan and the scale. You can zoom in and zoom out on the image depending on how big it is and if you wanted to get really granular with where your location was. And you'll just tap on the floor plan image to indicate where your reading was taken. And you can always tap a different location if the first time you tapped the screen was the incorrect location. You'll see your point indicated by a blue dot, which you can see here. If that's the correct spot, you'll select Save. And that floor plan position is given a set of coordinates to correspond with the image. After you selected that location, you can fill in any of these additional fields. So if you wanted to indicate the building or structure, the floor, the room number, you can. Again, not required, but it's there if you wanted to fill that in. If you do not have a floor plan, but you still want to indicate that a reading has been taken while indoors, you just won't select a facility and you'll just go ahead and fill in those indoor fields. That was the mobile application. Now we'll show you how to do so via the website. Just like for mobile, you can indicate that a reading was recorded indoors for all data types. What you'll do is you'll just open up the data type that you want to associate as being indoors and select that Create option on that respective data type page. So here I'm selecting a field survey. I have my general information section, which is going to ask me, who collected it, which organization, when, where. And when we get to location entry mode, you're going to want to select the option Select from Facility or Sampling Location. Once you select that, you'll be presented with the list of facilities on your event. So you'll select the one where you have a floor plan associated with it. Next, you'll want to check the indoor box. You don't have to check the indoor box. You can simply just have a data point associated with the facility. But for this instance, if we do want to put a data point on a floor plan, I'm going to select indoors. And then I'll be presented with the list of the various floor plans associated with my facility. So I have my facility selected, indicated that this reading is going to be taken indoors, and I have my floor plan selected. Next, I'm going to actually choose where I want this data point to be located. I do have the option of selecting a sampling location on the floor plan if one has been previously defined, or I can just click on a point on the image to indicate where that data was recorded, very similarly to what we did on the mobile application. Then, if applicable, I can enter any additional indoor location information, the exact same fields that we had on the mobile application. And if you didn't have a floor plan, but you just wanted to indicate that your reading was indoors, you can still select the indoor box and then fill out those optional fields. So our data points have been saved, whether that be via the website or mobile application, and now it's time to actually view that data. We'll start by viewing indoor data from the website. You can do so from both the data tables and from the event map. If you wanted to look at the data tables to see which, if any, readings have been taken indoors, you can use the data tables and set the filter of is indoor to yes, no, or all. In this instance, I'm sorting to see all data points that were taken indoors. I can then open up the details of a particular reading by selecting that blue magnifying glass. And if I scroll down to the location information section, I'm going to see where the facility is located, which you can see a little bit of at the top of this screenshot where we have the map, and then the floor plan specific image with the location of the data point and any other relevant information that was given. From that data point details page, you can also download a PDF report if you wanted to have this externally or just downloaded. And if you chose to do so, you'll have the same information. So you'll have the map of where the facility was located and then the floor plan specific image with the data point location. From the map is where you're going to be able to view all floor plan data on a particular floor plan all together. So instead of just viewing a data point individually, you're going to see it in context with other data points. You'll want to make sure that your facility layer is turned on. Once it's on, you'll then be presented with all the facilities on your map, and you'll locate your facility. A facility with indoor data points is going to have the facility icon in the dark green color, and then a black circle with a number of data points recorded within that facility. So this is just a zoomed in version of what that looks like. Once you click on that facility, it will be selected in the quick details, but you can also just expand your facilities menu to view the details of all of your event facilities. So regardless, either I click on the facility on the map and I can then select view floor plans, or I can just locate the facility name from my list and then select the floor plan icon to view a list of all the floor plans. Both ways are going to give you a view that looks something like this. You're going to see all of your floor plans with a brief description, how many data points are on that floor plan, the max severity, and the assessment status, as well as various options and the button to view the floor plan. Once I select View Floor Plan, I am then presented with my floor plan and all associated data. From here, you can view the data geospatially on the floor plan, very similarly to how the regular event map works. You can click on any data point to get some quick details or some more information on the left-hand side. And also, just like with the regular event map, you can utilize the drawing tools. So here I'm just drawing a polygon on my floor plan image. And if I do have a scale defined, the total area, perimeter, length is going to be calculated. I can zoom in and out with my floor plan by selecting these plus or minus icons. We do recommend using these buttons instead of zooming your full browser. And then you can simply close out of the floor plan by either selecting the close floor plan from your facilities menu on the left-hand side or just above those zoom in and zoom out icons. Next, we'll talk about viewing indoor data on the mobile application. This was one of the most highly requested features relating to the floor plan feature that has now been implemented. So I believe we conducted a nationwide drill a few years ago, and this was one of the main pieces of feedback that you all gave us. So you asked, we listened, and now from your event space on the mobile application, if you open up the event map, you can now view floor plans and the collected data. It's going to be very similar to how it works on the website. You'll locate your facility and select it. You'll then press the info icon to view the facility details. I can see, again, the name of the facility, any floor plans associated with it, the data points. I'm going to then press the View Floor Plans option, and it's going to give me a list of all my floor plans. Here, for this example, I just have one, but I could have multiple. So here I'm clicking First Floor, and now I can view all data points collected on that floor plan. I can zoom in and zoom out, and I can also select any of the data points for more information. So here I am selecting this gamma reading. I can see the quick details on the bottom that it's 2 MR per hour. If I open it or expand it, I will then get some more information, very similarly to what you'll see in the quick details section on the website. What if you take data points from a floor plan, but maybe you put it in the wrong location, maybe you used an incorrect floor plan, or maybe your floor plan has been refined and updated? You do have the option to move your indoor data. This can be done individually or in bulk. And the scenario of moving one floor plan to another could be if you are responding to an initial incident, you're just able to create a rough sketch of the floor plan, maybe on a napkin or the back of a piece of paper. But as that event matures, you're able to obtain that official floor plan or that high fidelity floor plan. You may want to move your data points from this very rough draft to something that has higher fidelity. This can only be done on the website. So if you do want to move a point, you'll go to your floor plan map, select the icon of the data point you want to move, and from the quick details section, you'll select Move Location on Floor Plan. What you'll do is you'll click and drag the data point from its current location, which is indicated by this red arrow, to the new location, which is indicated by the green arrow. You'll then release your click, and you'll get a confirmation message, just making sure that you wanted to move that data point. If so, select yes, and your data point location has been updated. You can also move your data points in bulk on a floor plan, and to do so, you'll expand your options menu and select Bulk Move Data Points. Again, you'll get a confirmation modal just to ensure that this is what you want to do, and it will also just give you a brief explanation on what this means. And now all data points can be clicked and dragged. So here are 3 data points that we're working with. We'll just refer to them as pink, blue, and orange. So this pink circle indicates the original location. I drag and dropped it to its new location. Same for this orange. At the bottom right, I have its original location, and then the arrow indicates where I put the new location. And then finally, for the blue data point, this blue circle indicates its original location, and I dragged and dropped it to its new location. Every move I make will be listed on the left-hand side under this pending move section. I can review it. If I want to undo a move, I'll just simply press the X. And once I'm ready to save those new changes, I'll select yes on my confirm bulk move save. So that bulk move is just moving data points on the same floor plan, but you still can transfer a data point or multiple data points from one floor plan to another. Here's that example that I mentioned of just having a rough sketch of a floor plan and then translating it to the 2-scale or higher fidelity floor plan. So left-hand side, we have the sketch. Right-hand side, we have the official floor plan. Here is the floor plan sketch that has the data points on it. But now I've obtained the full-scale floor plan and I want to move my data points to this new one. The first thing you'll want to make sure is that you uploaded the new floor plan. So if you need to do that, you can always either from the mobile app or website, go to your facility and add the floor plan. Once you've done that, you'll then go to the floor plan with the data points collected on it, select the options menu and then transfer data points. And you'll be asked for the source floor plan and destination floor plan. Source refers to the floor plan where the data points are currently on, and the destination floor plan refers to the floor plan that you want to move the data to. You'll be brought to a separate browser tab to execute the data point transfer, and if this is your first time doing so, we do have a quick step-by-step tour. But if you scroll down, you'll see a data point transfer section and you'll see your source floor plan and your destination floor plan. You can choose to move individual data points. So this is a really great option, especially if someone accidentally put a reading on the wrong floor plan, or you can choose to move them all at once. If you want to move them all at once, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll select Move All. There's also an informational message letting you know what this means and how to do so. Once you read that, you confirm you do want to transfer all data points from the source to destination floor plan. You'll confirm the action by selecting yes. And now all of your data points have been moved. Because you are moving between floor plans, you can choose to then update the individual data points on the destination floor plan if you need to. So here we have the 3D model of the floor plan that I wanted to utilize. Let's say this observation isn't exactly where it was taken. It was put in the garage, but let's say it was actually taken in this bedroom. I will just click on the data point and drag and drop it. If I made a change, I can always move the point back to its original location by clicking on the data point and selecting Revert Move. This will also put that data point back on the source floor plan. If you wanted to move an individual data point to the destination floor plan, you can select it from the source. Move to destination is the option you'll select, and you'll now see it on the destination floor plan. There is a section to view your list of all your pending moves. You can review this. You can also undo the moves. Floor plans may have different orientations or different sizes, so you just want to make sure that they're reflected accurately. So you can expand the filters menu and select this Display Move Data Points on Source Floor Plan option. And this is going to allow you to see the source floor plan with the data points that were moved with the move icon. We have a spectra reading in this foyer, and you can see that there's a little plus icon on top of it indicating that it's been moved to the destination. Likewise with this data set, likewise with the, I think that's a plyometric reading in the kitchen, the observation, you can see that there are those little plus icons. Everything looks good. You'll select Save Changes, and you have successfully moved your data points from the source to the destination floor plan. So moving indoor data was the last function that we're covering for the indoor monitoring and floor plan webinar. The slides from today's webinar, as well as this recording, will be available in the CBRNResponder resource library and on YouTube. We also have an updated step-by-step, screenshot-by-screenshot indoor monitoring job aid that was updated at the end of September. So if you are using our previously created one, definitely go ahead and take a look at the updated version. If you have any questions relating to the indoor capability or CBRNResponder in general, you can always reach us at support@cburnresponder.net or visit our resource library for in-depth job aids, documentation, and videos.